What up? It's your boy Wall Street, and I'm back, ready for another 24-25 season review. Today we're talking about one of America's most favorite teams, one of the world's most favorite teams, the Los Angeles Lakers. And the Lakers had a less than desirable finish to the season, losing to the Minnesota Timberwolves in 5 games. And they finished as the 3 seed in the regular season, which I think is a lot better than a lot of people would have placed them, to start the season. Obviously, the biggest accomplishment for them this season was acquiring Luka Dončić via trade from the Dallas Mavericks in exchange for Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and the 2029 first-round pick. So the Lakers are kind of set for the future, right? They have Luka Dončić, who's clearly going to be their star for the future. LeBron is 40 years old. We don't really know what's going to happen with him. But the Lakers have some work to do in the offseason. So they do not have a first-round pick. They're only going to have a second-round pick, which is going to be the 55th overall pick. And Bronny is not draft eligible this time, so they have to use the 55th pick on somebody else. And, excuse me, but LeBron has a player option, right? So I made a video about this. I don't know if LeBron's going to stay with the Lakers. I think it's likely, but I'm not 100% sure. So LeBron has a player option for $52.6 million. He doesn't need the money, right? Dude's a billionaire. He does not care. So I think it can go a number of ways, right? Maybe he wants to stay playing with Bronny, and he runs it back with Luka. He signs a 1-year deal, or he picks up the player option, right? Or he signs another 1-and-1 where he has a guaranteed salary for the 25-26 season, and then he has a player option 26-27 if he still wants to play, right? I think that's one thing. If he really is focused on winning, I think he might explore going somewhere else, right? And my suggestion would be figure out how to team up with Giannis in Milwaukee or somewhere else, I don't know, and do that, because that is an unstoppable combo. That is the new Kobe and Shaq. If you have LeBron running the pick and roll with Giannis, I don't know how you stop that. I really don't know how you stop it. But maybe he wants to do something else. Maybe he wants to go to Golden State. Who knows, right? Who the hell knows? So I think LeBron has some thinking to do, but I think more likely than not, we see him in a Lakers uniform at the start of next season. Luka is under contract for next season, then has a player option in the 26-27 season. I would imagine he's going to sign some long-term deal with the Lakers at some point. Rui Hachimura is under contract next season. Dorian Finney-Smith has a player option of $15 million for next season. I would imagine he's probably going to take it. He is 32 years old, so I think that's a pretty good deal for him to take. Austin Reeves is under contract next season and then has a player option in the 26-27 season. You have Gabe Vincent under contract next season for $11.5. Maxi Kleber under contract next season at $11. You got Jared Vanderbilt under contract for next season and the season after, and there's a player option in the 27-28 season. You have Dalton Knecht still on his rookie deal. He's got next year fully guaranteed, and then two team options in the 26-27 season and the 27 and 28 season. Both can be picked up by the team. I personally think they're probably going to trade Dalton Knecht again. I don't know how you make things right after you publicly announced that you traded him, or someone did, right? I don't know if it was the Lakers that announced it. You send him to Charlotte, he goes there, and then Mark Williams fails the physical, and then you send him back. It just seems weird. And he's been in and out of the rotation. I think he's probably going to get traded at some point. So then you got Shake Milton under contract for next season and the season after. He'll be a free agent in the summer of 27. Jackson Hayes is a free agent. Markieff Morris is a free agent. Bronny is under contract next season, the season after, and team option in the 27-28 season. And then Jordan Goodwin has a team option for next season for $2.3 million. I love Jordan Goodwin. I hope they pick up his contract. We'll see what happens. Trey Jameson's also going to be a free agent. So I don't know what they need to do here. Obviously, I think they need a center. Jackson Hayes, I'm a fan of, but he fouls so much, and if you only have one big and he's going to get in foul trouble and he's not really doing much else besides being a lob threat, you can probably do better than that on the open market. So maybe they go out and they get a center either via trade or via free agency. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But they got to do something, right? Especially if LeBron's going to stay there. I wouldn't waste his last year, right? The Lakers have to understand that. Obviously, you have Luka now, but Luka and LeBron could be something special. And they finished the season out well. They just did not perform in the playoffs the way they should have. And I think it's mainly because they don't have that dominant presence down low. LeBron has to play a different way. LeBron is a guy that likes to drive into the paint and either, finish himself or he's going to dump it off to the guy in the dunker spot. They didn't really have that. You have Rui doing that, but Rui's like 6'7", 6'8", and he's not, the best. He's just not, that's not really his role, right? He is a slasher, but he's not. I just think you need better talent on this team, right? Austin Reeves is a great player. I think Dorian Finney-Smith is a great player. I think Gabe Vincent's a great player, but it's just the team is not constructed in a way that really is conducive to winning at this point, especially in the Western Conference. So they got to figure out what they want to do there. But obviously the best thing that the team did this season was getting Luka Dončić. I think sending Anthony Davis and Max Christie. I like Max Christie, and I think he would have been a good piece to this team, and Anthony Davis as well. But I think the LeBron and Anthony Davis tandem had kind of reached its peak. So bringing in Luka and trying something different, I think, is a good move. They just need a center that's going to get a lot of rebounds and be able to set hard screens and help them flow their offense between the two primary ball handlers of LeBron and Luka. And honestly, at some points, that primary ball handler can also be Austin Reeves. So they need an interior presence that doesn't need to score a lot. I loved when the Lakers had Dwight Howard, during the bubble run. I thought he was a perfect player to fit the role that they needed, and I think they need another guy like that who's just going to get every single rebound on the defensive and offensive glass and just get putbacks, right, and be a lob threat and play really good defense interior. I think that's all they need, really. They could have gone further in the playoffs. They couldn't do it, and I think they didn't really have anyone matching up with Rudy Gobert. JJ Redick didn't play Jackson Hayes that last game really at all, and Rudy Gobert went off for 28 points or 27 points or something like that. They need somebody who's going to be able to guard big centers like that, and someone who can also stretch it out a little bit, because if you open the paint up for Luka and LeBron to drive, that would also be an incredible addition to the team. Just their play style would be so much better suited for a dynamic like that. So I think there's a lot of things they got to think about. Maybe they get a center in the second round of the draft if they can't find anyone in free agency or via trade, and you go from there. But overall, I think this team had a decent season. I think they performed a lot better than I thought they would have, and the fact that they got Luka Dončić was great. I think that the thing that really messed them out, they could have done better if they actually went through with the Mark Williams trade. So I still don't understand to this day why they failed him on the physical. I feel like even if he had some injuries that were lingering or whatever, he still played for Charlotte the rest of the season. He was fine. So I really don't know why they would have failed his physical. But if they hadn't done that, they probably would have been in better shape, because they didn't play Dalton Connect anyway. You could have just gotten rid of him. It didn't matter. So if you guys are Lakers fans, let me know what you think in the comments. Want to know your thoughts. Want to know what you think about La La Land, Laker Nation, and what they need to do to improve next season and make it further in the playoffs. Let me know your thoughts. As always, if you enjoyed the video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to catch you guys soon, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay up, stay humble, stay healthy, handle business, stand on business. Peace out.